In last 4 months, SOFI has pulled back around 50%. Was this random? Absolutely not. In this blog on September of 2025, I had called out that SOFI is overly extended at around $30 and technically we expect a pullback. And since then, it has collapsed around 50%. Today, in this video, I'm going to go over my technical analysis on SOFI, how technical analysis gives us opportunities and indications when price action is supposed to fail. So let's get started. Let's go to TradingView and we are going to take a look at the weekly chart to understand and evaluate the price action for SOFI. To start with, you can read more about double tops in this blog and why it really works in technical analysis. And I'll go over a little bit more from the psychology perspective. When the stock IPO'd back in 2021, the high that it made was around $28. Now, if you were one of the buyers there and you bought thinking that this is a very good stock and it's going to go higher in the long term, eventually the price pulled back to around less than $5 in matter of years. A lot of people who were still holding, they would always think that if in case the stock comes back to the price where I bought, I'm going to sell it. So now what happened when in the recent rally, when price came back into that zone, trying to cross that $30 mark, a lot of selling pressure was created. Whoever bought at this point and whoever bought at this point, they eventually got a chance to come back at break even. It really hurts to book a loss because you waited for 5 years. Now you think that, hey, since I'm not losing any money and the stock has eventually come back, just to save yourself from the pain if it happens again, a lot of selling pressure is created right here. So this is what a double top is. And it was the first indication for me to not even think to buy the stock at that price. Now I'm going to go over a second concept so you can read more about the cup and handle pattern in this blog. So this is what we call a cup and this is what we call a handle. And this is the same chart that was formed for gold and silver. Now, if you take a look, the way technical analysis works is it says that you drop the price from the neckline to the lowest bottom of the cup and just drag it further from where it broke out. The target that we see once the price action broke out, as per technical analysis, we expected a rally into the target zone. And this matched the exact double top that we discussed before. So this was the second indicator that the bullish sentiment might be exhausted at this point and the price doesn't have a room to go higher. You can think of it as if you're running a sprint, after some point, you're going to get exhausted and you need to energize yourself. So the pullbacks that are created are sometimes healthy if the fundamentals are strong. The third factor is relative strength index. You can read more about it in this blog. What it says is whenever price is having a sharp rally and when RSI eventually increases above 70, there can be divergences that are created. What I mean by that is price eventually makes a higher value, but RSI eventually makes a lower value. So this is another indication and the third factor that told me at this price, it is really expensive to buy SOFI. So this was my quick analysis on SOFI price action. Now we are going to go over why I feel SOFI is coming back at a really good level, but please be cautious. If the fundamentals of the company doesn't hold, no TA will work, no support will hold. Now if we go back to the charts, as we discussed, we had a cup and handle pattern that was broken and the stock took off. So whoever missed buying at this price, they always regretted that, hey, this stock was on my radar, but I couldn't execute and it took off. So for them, if the price comes back to the exact zone, they are going to jump in and this is going to create a short-term support or maybe a long-term depending on the fundamentals. But if you ask me, this looks like a really good zone until it holds. If you really like this video, please consider to subscribe. And if you want me to do more analysis on such stocks, please leave it in the comment below. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.